Today I'm watching Peaky Blinders Season 3, Episode 3. Episode 2 had a very intense cliffhanger ending, so I'm very curious to see what's going to be going on with this episode. I hope they pick up right where they left off and we continue to see if Grace is okay. Is she dead? I hope not. I can't imagine what Tommy and the Shelby gang will be up to if Grace has been murdered. I feel like the Russians were definitely involved. So I'm very curious to see what Tommy's retaliation will be like, and he's working with them because of Churchill, so how's that gonna pan out? But a really intense episode for episode 2. The season's only begun and we're already, having these crazy events, so I'm very curious to see what this episode will be about. But thank you so much for sharing in this first time watching with me. If you have any other suggestions for TV shows you think I should watch, please comment below. And if you want to have a say in what movies or TV shows I watch, be sure to join Patreon. And as always, please like, comment, and subscribe to this channel, and check back often for more awesome content. Okay, that's interesting. A cover of the theme song. Okay, I think that's the first time we've seen that. This very, ghostly, haunting, atmospheric sound. Okay. Such beautiful estates, and, I know there's a bunch of these across England, and just so well done.
There all night.
Every night since the funeral.
Oh, no!
Morning to see Charles.
No, 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 no!
It gets dark, he goes off again.
Grace died?
Earlier, find him in the pasture.
No! I liked Grace. Oh, man. I was hoping she'd be okay. Yeah, it kind of she was shot in the arm, so I was maybe hopeful that she would have been okay. Obviously not. Oh, no. And they said they've already had the funeral and stuff for her, so we don't get to see that. And he's just throwing himself back into his work.
The council have suggested naming the new school the Gross Shelby Institute.
Oh, God, my heart. I'm not ready. I wasn't ready.
Tommy.
It's all pon.
I feel like any sense of, real compassion and real,
Well done.
the most, human side of him was attached to Grace. Not that he doesn't care about his family or, care about them, but I feel like that was what made him, show his feelings every now and then, and now he's just shut down.
The rest of the Italians out to the south of the city. They mostly went to the Black Country.
Oh, okay, it was the Italians, not the Russians?
To the point of departure, you pick him up and you bring him to me. Who's he got travelling with him?
This is going to be a gory episode, I can tell.
Mrs. Changretta was a teacher at our school. She's a good woman, Tom. Good woman.
I don't think he cares anymore.
I don't want the old man alive. I want to do it myself.
I knew the revenge would be intense, and I'm very afraid of what hell he's going to put this guy through.
Not Michael, no. Because Michael deals with legitimate business. You saw him before us, John.
It definitely feels like there's an A team and a B team, yeah.
Life took a bullet meant for me!
Yep.
This is how it's gonna be.
Yeah, he doesn't value John's opinion. He just wants him to do what he's told. Yeah, so they've killed the person who actually pulled the trigger. Now they're going after this older guy and his wife. Oh my gosh.
Oh God, Arthur.
I feel bad for Arthur.
You just say to me.
I feel like he's always trying to find his place.
Fucking you, right? I didn't.
I feel like that's messing with his ego for sure.
This is what he does now.
Yeah, I feel like Tommy was already kind of in his own separate worlds, but at least he had Grace and their baby and was, connected to his family and was, starting to share some feelings and thoughts. And now I think he's just going to shut everybody out. He's just going to go lone wolf. He's going to do whatever he wants. Yeah. And he's taking the kid with him. Oh, man.
You're not going to tell them.
Tell them what?
That we're going to Wales.
What's in Wales? I left a note. Oh, my gosh.
In the big room. Let's go drink whiskey with water.
Because we know like Grace's family would have been from Ireland.
Fucking horse of yours won't come to me.
All right.
Huh?
I'll be
Come on.
there. All right.
That's such a beautiful shot. It looks like a painting, honestly, with the two of them in the wagon by the lake.
Come.
Yeah, you watch him.
I will. Oh, yeah? Huh?
Yeah, I can't see Tommy, like, he's like, the room's the same. He's like, we've kept all our stuff the same. I can't see him moving on. Maybe not ever. Like, not in the same capacity as he was with Grace. I feel like he'll always keep a piece of her.
Better than having a pen in your hand, and it's more like having your
They're trying to get Michael to be more involved with doing more than just bookkeeping and get him more involved in this kind of stuff.
And your shot wraps itself around your ankles. They pile up.
Yeah, I feel like Michael is into this stuff. Like, he wants to be involved in the violence and, you know, the destruction of everything.
A load of them with you.
He doesn't seem scared. He doesn't seem, like, apprehensive at the thought of killing somebody. He seems like he wants to.
I'm not a kid anymore.
Great, we had John throwing his weight around. Now we're gonna have Michael throwing his weight around as well. Oh my gosh. Now when I see guns on set, I'm just like, it's making me extra nervous to think that there possibly could be live rounds in them, and it's just, it's not necessary. It's fake for a movie. You fake everything else when you're filming, so why would you have actual live rounds? But yeah, just, especially when it's pointed at another actor, oh, it's just, my heart, it just, oh my gosh, makes me so anxious.
Birmingham Communist Party. You've got 6 weeks. Sack them all.
Fire all the communists, they'll love that.
We left that name off the list on purpose. See if you could be trusted.
Oh god, they're setting him up. Yeah, and those priests were threatening Tommy that if he saw Ada again, that he would be, they would go after Tommy because Ada was associated with communism.
Good.
I feel bad for this factory guy. Like, what are you gonna do? Like, he's just, he can't say no, but he has to do all these things that he doesn't want to. Oh yeah, Polly's portrait! I'm so excited!
The second motivation is that I am planning to seduce you.
Oh my, here we go.
Please, God, sleep with you.
How would that please God?
Please me.
So humble. He does seem genuine though. Like, I understand why Polly is like skeptical, but I feel like his intentions are genuine, even if he does want to eventually seduce her. I feel like he cares about her, like he complimented her before, and he doesn't seem like he has ulterior motives, or I guess we will see when things are revealed. But right now, I hope he doesn't turn out to be a bad guy. I feel like Polly could use a decent person in her life.
When he was drunk, he said absolution. Other than that, nothing.
He's gonna ask forgiveness for what he's about to do to this guy that was involved in Grace's death.
And I'll lie awake at night.
Oh, because he gave Grace the necklace? Oh.
I need to get some sleep.
It is cursed.
Okay, that's good.
It's cursed, burning through my hand.
Or is she just telling Tommy what he wants to hear? But yeah, he clearly feels responsible for Grace's death.
I'll go and get Charlie from the camp and have learned enough bad habits by now.
Yeah, he's like, I don't believe in priests or anything like that, but if you tell me this is cursed, then I'll forgive myself.
It's going to be one hell of a big party.
Yeah, that's interesting. Okay, so she says it is cursed, and Tommy obviously takes her word for it. Will Tommy try and go to like New York to get them? Yeah, what's he gonna do? Try and shoot him in this crowd of people? And even Tommy's like, I want him back alive. Like, but Tommy's always 2 steps ahead. Oh, Grace, no! He's putting her picture in a drawer. Come on. Oh, it's a setup. Yeah, this police officer knew.
Arthur, how many times I looked the other way?
Aww.
Your sweet smile.
Oh.
A big black cloud car. A big black cloud car.
I'm glad they disobeyed Tommy's orders. It sounds like, yeah, that Arthur and John had fond memories of her, and I don't know how involved she would have been. She was married to him, but yeah, I'm glad they didn't actually kill her, even though obviously she's devastated that she knows she's never going to see her husband again. Aw, my heart. I was thinking we haven't seen Alfie or May yet this season. I'm curious if they will be in it at all. They did mention Zabini. I feel like Tommy's just going to... I don't know if there will be enough words to describe what he's going to do to this guy. Oh, again, the lighting is so beautiful. So well done. I love when they use the natural lighting.
Until it gets light.
Yeah, he's going to torture the crap out of him.
Which my wife will never did again.
Oh. I still can't believe they killed off Grace. My heart. I feel like Tommy had just reached happiness, and then they ripped it away.
I'll take your tongue first.
Oh, God.
I think tongue first. Got the tongue first. No.
Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Oh, he's gonna cut out his tongue. Yeah, and like Tommy said, that bullet was meant for him.
Come on, Tommy.
I can tell he's just so heartbroken.
I'll forget who I am.
But then once this is done, like this is his last connection to Grace through this. Oh my God, Arthur!
I heard the blackbird sing.
Oh my God, he just took away Tommy's revenge? He's gonna hate that. I feel like he needed to get this revenge out of his system.
Shipped to New York. Why didn't kill Mrs. Changretta?
Oh, and they're telling him. Oh my God.
We're not those kind of men.
They took away his revenge. Like he had been planning this in his head, I feel like, since Grace died, and now that it's gone and he doesn't get to do it, and I mean, I know it's not going to bring Grace back, and revenge just makes more chaos, but the fact that he's denied, you know, to release his anger. Yeah, who's he going to take out his revenge on now?
The soldiers things.
I'm glad they're spending. I was worried that he would just, like, send Charlie away with his family and or get a nanny or somebody to look after him.
There you go. Just turn a few heads. Do the transit deals.
I feel like there's more to it than that, but he wants to send Ada to America.
Cup of tea in your hand.
Come on, then.
But, I'm gonna have a baby, Arthur.
Oh, she's pregnant? He looks like he's gonna pass out. Arthur's gonna be a dad?
What then? Let's have a cup of tea.
And as far as we know, like, he hasn't been married before or anything, so we don't know that he has any other kids. Like, I think this would be his first kid.
What is it? No. We wait for Tommy.
He wants to tell them, and he's all excited.
Horses. My curly girlish. All right. What is it? Giving us all this shit.
I hope they're nice about it. He's so excited. I hope they, like, show genuine excitement.
I'm gonna be a f***ing dad. Oh. Yes, girlie.
Aww.
Arthur, you knew you had it in you.
There's, like, this weird innocence about Arthur. As violent as he is, like, he still seems like a little kid. I feel like that's all Arthur wanted, like, his whole life, was for his family to be proud of him.
Before we begin, Mr. Shelby, we must offer you our sincere condolences on your recent loss.
Like you give a crap.
As witnessed.
Get out of here, you and your fakery.
Tell a man that his horse would be stolen, and they would marvel at his powers when it was.
Well, at least he was honest about stealing.
No doubt, be vodka later. Perhaps you should give it to me for safekeeping.
Okay, they don't trust each other also.
The ammunition.
I have to say that this soup is exceptional.
Good soup? Is it a good soup meme? Is this the robbery he mentioned? He's gonna steal this train?
I trust you will respond in kind.
But of course, Mr. Shelby.
Ah, okay. He's always so clever, this Tommy.
That I'm unable to swallow food in the same room as this priest.
He's like, I hate this priest. I think he's a monster. I want nothing to do with him. Good night. Oh, that lamp, though. Can we go back to that lamp? That's amazing.
You want him dead? I'll kill him, no charge.
Oh, my.
Are your business. Go and speak to Isabella. I trust her to decide.
Okay, yeah, very interesting. He'll kill the priest. So that was my first time watching Peaky Blinders Season 3, Episode 3. Unfortunately, it was confirmed that Grace did die. We didn't see the funeral or anything. That had already happened. And we just pick up with Tommy throwing himself into his work and just being very, like, focused on the task at hand and not really processing things. So yeah, it was very sad to see. I really liked Grace's character. I'm glad her and Tommy got together, even though they obviously had a very suspicious start. I felt like they genuinely cared about each other, and I can't see Tommy ever really meeting somebody like Grace, and I think that makes it just so much harder to process. I feel like this was like a once-in-a-lifetime relationship, and I'm sure he will find other partners at some point, but I feel like this will always be his like one true love, and I feel like they really understood each other and, you know, was okay with obviously Tommy's lifestyle, and like Tommy said, the bullet was meant for him and not Grace. When we see him travel to Wales to talk to Madame Bosworth, he's very interested in finding out if this thing is cursed, and I think to also help relieve some of his guilt, because he did give that necklace to Grace, and I think that was weighing heavily on his mind, was if I hadn't given it to her, would she not have been shot? Like, did I have anything to do with this? And I think he was just feeling really guilty about it, and whether it was true or not, or she was just telling him to make him feel better, either way it worked. She's saying the necklace is cursed, and he can kind of put some of that, you know, responsibility on the necklace. He wasn't aware, obviously. He wouldn't have given it to her if he was, and it sounds like the Italians were involved. Maybe the Russians were too, but he obviously went after that older gentleman, the Italian, and was very set on his revenge. When Arthur shoots that older gentleman, whether he was doing Tommy a favor or not, or he was taking away his like cathartic need for revenge, I don't know. I'm kind of torn. It definitely felt like Tommy had been waiting for this moment. You know, he had planned it out in his head, and he's had time to think about all the horrible things he's going to do to this person, because he's so angry and so sad that Grace is gone, and definitely heartbroken, obviously. Then when he gets there, he's like, oh, I lost myself for a minute, and I don't know if Arthur knows his brother better than his brother knows himself, and it was kind of like, I'm not going to let you go through with this because you'll regret it later, or this isn't who you are. I feel like Tommy kind of needed that revenge. Like, I don't know if that makes sense, but I feel like he was just needed to put that anger somewhere. I'm not saying revenge is right, obviously. So I'm very curious to see what Tommy is going to do with that energy and revenge, and who he's going to take out now. It definitely seems like he wants to get the priest killed, obviously, and it was interesting at that dinner the way they're kind of not subtly, but like throwing jabs at each other, and, you know, in a formal setting, and he's like, oh, good soup, like, I'm gonna interrupt you and talk about the soup right now, and then also being like, oh, if you can't understand his accent, like, I can explain it to you, just like those little jabs. And Tommy is saying the priest is, you know, working on the inside and telling their enemies secrets, so they're like, okay, well, get me permission to kill the priest, basically, and I will do that for you. And he's like, you know what, I'm just the soldier, you figure out the logistics, basically. He's like, I'm just here to do what I'm told. He's like, but I would really like to be told to kill that priest. So that was interesting, and how he writes, like, I have secrets on the napkin. My prediction is that robbery that Tommy mentioned in a previous episode is going to be this train robbery. Please no spoilers, but that's kind of my prediction, and they're going to take all these goods off of this train that they're going to steal and blow up this automotive factory. They've got those armored cars that they're going to use as well. So yeah, lots of pieces into play, and Tommy kind of just laid out his plan and was telling everybody, he's like, you know what, this is what I'm gonna do. Here's one piece that I finished. Everybody's got their lists. He's like, Ada's like, you and your stupid lists. It was definitely interesting to see the way that he met with Michael and Polly first, and then met with Arthur and John. And it definitely felt like an A team and a B team. And even when John confronts him about it, Tommy's like, well, you know, like, I have to do legitimate business first. But It's hard to know if Tommy's trying to play his family against each other, or what he's got going on. There's always something moving, always something happening underneath the surface, and John obviously took offense to that. So whether he did as a jab at his brother, or maybe it was just there's no meaning to the order at all and he's just thinking too much into it, but we definitely saw John trying to throw his weight around. And then Michael was also, when they had that scene with the gun and they're drinking, and Michael has the gun pointed at Arthur and John, and I definitely feel like Michael is there's something dark inside of him, and I feel like it'll just be a matter of time before that comes out. I feel like right now he's just playing his part, he's doing the books, he's doing the legitimate business for now, and then I think if he's given the opportunity, he will definitely go to the dark side. He will start being involved in more violence and more corruption, and I think he's going to be a loose cannon, so I'm very curious and nervous to see what that's going to be like. He didn't seem nervous or anxious about holding a gun and then also pointing it directly in their faces. I feel like that's a pretty bold move, and it was just a very intense scene. I feel like John and Arthur were also teaming up to say, okay, let's get Michael to start, being one of us, and, get him away from legitimate business so that there's not this separation and they don't feel so left out. We found out Arthur's partner, Linda, is in fact expecting a baby, and Arthur's going to be a dad. I'm assuming it's his first child. They haven't mentioned anything, even though Arthur is the oldest son. It doesn't sound like he's been married before or has any other children, so I'm very excited for him. He seems genuinely excited. I think it'll be a turning point for his character to become a dad, and I feel like his priorities might shift. That's what Linda was also saying, like, you can't go out at night anymore if you're doing this, like, we're gonna have a family. I feel like Arthur is going to be torn between his new family and, the family he was born into, and how Tommy is going to even process that. Honestly, when Arthur told them and Tommy just looks at him and says, "Goodbye, Arthur," I thought he was going to shoot him on the spot. I'm like, is he kicking him out of the Peaky Blinders? Like, I feel like Tommy is very smart and can see that this is he's on the way out, and whether that's something Tommy wants or not, I feel like that might put a wrinkle in Tommy's plans, because he relies on Arthur and John to fulfill these plans of his. He's, the master plan maker, and then there's still these people to execute them. So I'm very curious what that's going to be like if Arthur decides to take a step back, if he, he's not going to be going out at night doing all these things. And I feel like Arthur will want to be the best dad possible, and we've seen what Arthur and his relationship with his dad is like, so I feel like Arthur will want to be there for this kid as much as possible. It was so nice to see Arthur have a moment of genuine happiness, though. I don't feel like that happens very often, and he just looked like a kid at Christmas, basically. Like, he brings out champagne, and he's so excited to tell everybody, and it just felt so sweet, and he's an interesting character because I think there's this level of innocence to him. Even though he does horribly corrupt, violent things, I feel like there's deep down inside, he's just a little boy who wants to be accepted. And even when Tommy says he's proud of him, like, it just, my heart, it was just so nice to see him be happy and to have his family celebrate. And I hope they can work something out and Tommy doesn't try and do something horrible to his own brother, but who knows? He definitely seems annoyed with him and John recently, so I'm very curious to see what's going to happen there. Tommy mentioned possibly sending Ada off to America. I think he mentioned Boston, and that's where the transport would be going, and she would help facilitate things over there. Whether that's because she's involved in communism and he wants to just get her out of town so that she's safe, or if there's another motivation that Ada doesn't know about yet. Again, it's hard to tell what Tommy's true intentions are. I feel like he tells you one thing, and there's 7 other things you don't know about that same plan that you may or may not find out later. So yeah, I'm very curious to see what's going to happen there. And we also saw Polly get her portrait done, and the painter wants to seduce her. So I hope he turns out to be a decent character and Polly can find some source of happiness in this season as well. Because even though she has Michael, her son, back, they don't seem to be getting along. And when we saw Michael tell Polly off and he's like, I'm not a kid anymore, and just getting right in Polly's face and yelling at her, and yeah, so I feel like their relationship isn't going great, and so having maybe a partner or somebody that she wants to spend time with who actually is nice to her would be great. Polly had a rough season 2, obviously. So comment below if you know if Grace was killed off because the actress wanted to leave. Was it outside forces? It did feel like Tommy had just reached happiness. He had Grace, he had this baby, he had this big house, like the Peaky Blinders are doing well, and then Grace is shot and killed just as he's reaching, you know, like happiness, and he has everything in his life that he wants, and then it's ripped away from him. And so yeah, I'm very curious. Comment below if that was just part of the story or if the actress wanted to move on to other things. Typically when an actor or actress decides to leave on their own, it's kind of random or it's just mentioned on camera. So I feel like this was part of the story all along to have Grace killed off. But yeah, comment below if you know, did the actress want to leave? My prediction is that the season finale will be this train robbery and this factory explosion, since they said they were going to fire 2 communists a week leading up to the time change. So I feel like we've got a little bit of time until we get to that point. It will be interesting to not have horse races involved. That's been the season finale for season 1 and season 2. So it'll be interesting to have this train robbery if that ends up being the finale. Please no spoilers, but that's my prediction right now. So yeah, I'm very curious to see what the next episode will be about. I'm really enjoying the series so far. I think it's so well done, so well written. Everybody's performance is great. I'm so sad Grace is gone now. She was such a great character and such an interesting character, and just to lose her, and even so quickly, like we just see her, she's shot and then we see her fall and that's it. And then we just, like, the camera pulls back and just takes the audience away from the whole situation, and then not even getting to see her funeral. And it was really sweet to see Tommy spending more time with his son. I wasn't sure if he would even be involved in Charlie's life. I thought maybe he would send Charlie off with his family or hire a nanny, and I thought maybe it would be too painful for him to be involved. Overall, I thought it was a good episode. I'm curious to see if Grace's revenge will come up in any other episodes or if he's completely done with that now. I feel like Tommy is always thinking 6 steps ahead, but now he said even someone's ahead of him, so that's very interesting as well to have this new rival kind of come into play. But thank you so much for sharing in this first time watching with me. If you have any other suggestions for TV shows you think I should watch, please comment below. And as always, please like, comment, and subscribe to this channel, and check back often for more awesome content. Yeah, it kind of like she was like shot in the arm. Oh, okay, it was the Italians, not the Russians. What's in Wales? Fire all the communists. They'll love that. He's putting her picture in a drawer. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Oh, he's gonna cut out his tongue. Is this the robbery he mentioned? He's gonna steal this train?